Welcome to Exploring Environments, a series where we explore the world looking for story hidden in the environment. This time, we are going into the universe of Dead Space. I wanted to show some of the translated marker symbols here. On the left here is a message that says, red marker is man-made. The top left up here, it says, make us whole. Underneath that it says, trust no one. In the top right here it says, secret message. Pretty funny. At the beginning of the game, before Isaac gets any armor, you can actually see his name tag on his suit right here. Inside the same shuttle, these letters on the computer monitors are all backwards. They must have reversed it for some reason. The trash on the floor here. There's a small photo of a soldier, it looks like. On the screen, you can see on the left here, the trams that were scheduled to leave out. They'll have exact same time of 9, but they were all cancelled. And on the right, we have flights leaving from the ship, I'm guessing, to the planet that were also cancelled. Here you can see a repair manual for the plasma cutter, made by Schofield Tools. I couldn't really read these steps here, but I can read some words, like remove thermal battery, disengage something blade. This seems to be a non-smoking area, but there's a box of cigarettes here next to it. What I think happened here was the guy walked up to a body or a necromorph. The necromorph got up, and the guy was walking away after he stepped in the blood pool that the necromorph was laying in, and you can see his footprints here as he was walking backwards, and we know exactly what happened to him after that. I want you to watch Hammond's arm here. He uses it and the camera moves as well. As you can see, it follows his face and then Kiara's. I think her name's Kiara, I can't remember. But sometimes the camera moves by itself while his arm isn't moving at all. Found it interesting that the Sun Company, or I assume they're the company called Sun, has like a monopoly on this ship. This is the only drink I see on this ship besides alcohol. On the monitors here, I'm not going to talk about the one all the way on the right because that looks like a complicated math problem in itself. The one next to it talks about thrusters being offline and they need to be reactivated, but the reactors have all been spent, so they need to be refueled in order to be reactivated. But it also looks like the fueling system is disengaged as well, so that needs to be reactivated first. There's a 25% reserve, so that's probably what's keeping the ship in orbit right now. This looks like to be a Sports Illustrated magazine, but it's called Interstellar Sports Magazine. Just thought it was interesting they're still using magazines in the future. It's like this guy was sitting here working at the desk here and was ambushed by something. It could have been a colonist or a necromorph, but a necromorph would have left a bloodier stain, I assume. Two theories on what happened here. These two people, one of them got their arms cut off and their head, and the other one lost both their legs. Either they were running away from something, and they somehow both got hit by the door at the same time, or they were fighting each other, and this guy at the back here grabbed the other one's legs, tried to pull him towards him, and the door somehow either malfunctioned or was damaged, and it cut them both in half. Some interesting wall writings here. One says, "Dear God, keep us safe from monsters." And the other one says the exact same thing on the wall. It's kind of weird. They're next to each other. This top left one, I'm not sure what this says. Probably something very simple and I just can't read. In the woman's bathroom, it says, "For a good time, call me." I think it says Selena. Oh, very different graffiti here. Moving on to more marker text. This Bottom one is a alphabet and how to translate the text. The second one says, keep us whole, unity is forever. Death is only the beginning. Keep us whole, unity is forever. I don't know what's making this thing float in the air. It's a skeleton of a tram system. There's no wires, no zero-G technology for making it float. It just seems to be hanging on some invisible wire. Interesting they still use some kind of phone system on the ship instead of like a personal phone on their arms. They have cameras and everything. Or maybe some people don't get that. Because Hammond had it. This air vent seems to be a small box with no exit to it. Yeah. Necromorphs just spawn out of thin air. It looks like the people in this area of the ship were hiding in this room and were ambushed out of the air vent and dragged in there. Or maybe the necromorphs came in the room and wiped them out against the wall and they were taken through the air vent. On the wall here says, save yourself. Where is everybody? Shut the F up. And I don't know what this word on the blood says next to here is, or yeah, here is weird noise. It looks like 2 words actually, but not sure. This bathroom has a lot of graffiti in it. What are you willing to give up your life for? Watch the vents. Can't die here. Not yet. Eat me. They ate my boy. On the piece of paper it says, Dear Altman, we are here. Yes, we are whole. And on the even smaller piece of paper it says, basketball teams wanted. Interesting posters at the tram station waiting area. Bonteka, the world you never knew. I'm guessing this is some kind of relaxation place you can go to on the ship. Level 8 or B, section 3. There's always Peng. I don't know what the hell Peng is, but all the Dead Space games I played, I never got that answer. And then the sun advertisement, Sun Cola. Bring out the sun. I wonder what it tastes like. On the wall here, it says a message. It says, do you believe Dead Space? And then I don't know what this word on the right says, but on the left side it says, your light shows the way. On the right side it says, we have left you a gift. So that could be an Easter egg, or a cheat code judging by the buttons on the bottom left. Some more posters on the ship. Speed, I think that's a candy bar. Another area where you can go to, I'm guessing, socialize. Level 4 section C. Might be holograms or people across the ship. Flesh. I'm guessing this is a beverage. Body on the floor next to this lady seems to have maggots on it. Which tells me there are bugs on the ship. Or maybe that's some kind of smaller necromorph life form. There is a farm on this ship, so there could be insects to help pollinate. I don't know how maggots would help the plants in any way. Evacuate this area immediately. So the infirmary section was having way bigger troubles than the rest of the ship. They were one of the first places hit, if I remember. Paper on the floor says, please remember to feed. With no context to what they're talking about. On this monitor it shows safety violation. Foreign objects beyond acceptable mass detected in processing center or chamber. Advisory, contact SO about the emergency. Might be talking about the necromorphs or the bodies in the medical center. See these bodies on the wall? I guess pictures of them. I was thinking they were necromorphs at first, but they show no signs of mutation, just elongated body parts. Might be the effects of zero-G on the body, but the one on the right makes me question that theory as well, since that's not normal. On this table here, I found, if you are here and you are in love, know that I was here. Come back at night and you will see love was always here there. Next to it says, Lydia, if I don't make it back, take care of the kids for me. I love you, Steve or Steven. And the smaller text here says, we need more people here. In the back over here, I found this text that says, I give great peng. M/W Evos at 10 PM here. Anyone? I have no idea what peng is, still. It says they are coming over and over, and at the end they are here. And then Dead Space 3, the DLC, they actually have a quote from the Moons, which I guess they took from this quote.
You can kill the prophet, but you can't kill the god. Your chance to war the earth has come and gone. We are coming. We are hungry. We are here.
Small yellow piece of paper says, O people, your salvation in this world and the life after death lies in us. Enter it today. This note over here seems to be a drug deal. Chris, meet me at the lounge at crew deck at 2 PM before the game practice. Don't forget to bring your stuff. Ben. This sticky note on the wall. This sticky note on the wall. Charge the filter cartridge, please. And someone wrote the word fucking on it. And this text on the left here. Dear Dad, there are things I will never tell you, but if I die, you ought to know. And it gets cut off. Here's some more text for you. Sorry, had a family emergency. When can we try again? I'll be here, someone wrote as a response. They are watching. A lot of text is repeating in this game, so this Lydia message you can see is similar to the one we found on the table. And there's Japanese underneath it, which I won't be able to translate no matter what, since it looks to be handwritten. So if you know what that says, let me know. The one up here says, no God, no fear, no God, no fear. This one below it, that's in cursive, which took way longer than translating any of the other marker symbols. The prudent see danger and take refuge. The simple keep going and suffer for it. Run and hide. Don't stay here. It's not safe anymore. Biological Prosthetic Center uses real living tissue in order to fix people's arms, legs, and missing body parts. In order to get those body parts, they grow these infants or babies in order to use for parts. They seem to inject them with something here. I'm not sure what, some orange liquid. Interesting x-rays. Above we have a parts section for all the body parts they store in here. They extract. And I want you to take a look at this thing in the bottom left here. Does that look familiar to you? That looks like a discarded body in there. Is it safe? Who knows, on this ship everyone's getting murked apparently. It's time, written on the wall here, after this doctor seems to take himself out, it looks like. We'll see a lot of the word infidels spread across the ship, written by the unitologists, or maybe the phrase doctor. I'm forgetting his name right now. I'll show it on the screen. Interesting x-ray with what looks to be a body mass on the bottom left here, growing on this person. So this could be a necromorph body. There's a few things written on the wall here. The marker will save us. Put it back, put it back, put it back where it belongs. And this symbol on the left here, top here says the holy, and holy is written on all four arms there. Is right here on the corner, top right corner. The bottom left says, and the church is the safekeeper of this holy vessel. More text written on the other side of the wall. Where is God? Where is hope? Translation on the right. He says the black marker is really, really close. Black marker is within reach. There are either bodies or people who are in the zero-G chamber. So zero-G chamber, I'm guessing, is a chamber in order for people to get better acquainted with the gravity here. Maybe they have like gravity sickness or something. Or this could be a place where you bury people. But there are bodies still in the walls of the gravity center, either sleeping or dead. On this monitor it says date of birth March 11th, 1967. And it says skull of, and I can't make out these words right here. But this is a very old date since this takes place in the Europe. I can't remember, it's 2000s or something like that. Hundreds of years old, this skull. It looks like when they barricaded the infirmary here, there were people still inside the medical center. And they came running and got trapped in the corner, or this doorway they made, and were just slaughtered by the people chasing them. Or the necromorphs, I guess. Looks like the infirmary was up to full capacity here since they had these signs everywhere that said, "Sorry, we are full." Graffiti on the wall, "Fuck this ship." Bottom here, "Don't open that door, they have come." "Help me," written over and over everywhere. "Save us," turned into "save me." "Give them home, give them strength, they'll last a bit longer." "You're so fucked." Hey, it's okay to be fucked. And here's that security phone we saw earlier. It looks like a simple alarm system that you press and I guess you talk, like a intercom system. Found this x-ray in the medical center that has some kind of strings growing out of the spine of someone. Since they're showing up white, it must be made out of some kind of bony substance or something hard. The marker will save us, surrounded by corpses all around. This text on the wall says, "Humans will learn that by death of their worldly spirit, they will be reborn in unity as a stronger community, unending." Must be where the necromorphs broke through the ceiling in order to get around the barricades the people set up for them. Here's some old posters for you. "I love my peng," whatever that means. Transparent alloys is probably some kind of metal making company, manufacturing. And Riggerlink, or Triggerlink, I think that is the thing on the back of people's rigs, the blue lights and all that. Left and right screens just show the same information with the reactor and the depleted. The fuel needs to be reactivated and all that, same as that one before we saw. The middle screen shows that the ship is in a risk of falling into the planet and that we need to readjust the alignment of the ship to the planet's orbit. I found it very interesting that when they say home on this poster, they have a picture of Earth. I know in this universe some people aren't born on Earth, but they still consider Earth their home. The magazine here talking about the new technologies, and 0G is listed here. So this ship has 0G, which is considered new technology. Maybe this is an old magazine, since some places, even in this real world, have old magazines sitting on tables. I was shining a light at this guy on the wall just to see his reaction. It blocks his face from the light sometimes. You can see the necromorph dragging bodies away to be mutated into more necromorphs. The ships are coming for the chosen. Here we see some more posters. Each art cool. Guessing that's antifreeze or something. Or maybe some water. Dragonfly nanographic technologies. Possibly some kind of printing service or nanographic. Right before we get into the bridge, we see all these bullet holes on the wall and floor. Interesting thing is it's aimed at the bridge, so they were shooting trying to get into the bridge. Seems like 3 of the escape pods are missing. I wonder if they got away or were they ejected. This monitor in the captain's quarters seems to be some kind of schedule. Either like meetings or maybe work schedules for the ship or the crew on the bridge. "Don't want to die," written on the wall here. This way written on the wall here. I wonder if this is for Isaac. This one says, "Take us, we are ready." This text written on the monitor here is actually upside down, so it's kind of difficult to figure out what the hell it's saying. But it says, "For the chosen are coming the ships." So I'm guessing this is the exact thing that the last translation said, but in backwards and upside down it says, "The ships are coming for the chosen." Looks like they were dragging an injured person here while running away from the necromorphs. And right when they hit this corner, they realized the hallway was barricaded off. That's when they got wiped out by the necromorphs here. For some reason here, the blood isn't on the glass section. I'm guessing they must have put the metal section on first, and then the glass as a texture for developing the game. There's so many people that were wiped out in this bathroom. This is probably one of the bloodiest sections of the game, honestly. Judging by the cracked glass on the floor here and the blood stain, it looks like this person fell from up above and hit the floor. Their body's gone now since they were probably taken by the necromorphs. In this corner section we see a magazine that says Unitology on it. Here's another game of oversized handprints I found. Looks like they increased the size of the handprints in order to make the blood look bigger. Wonder if all these people on the floor here were wiped out by this creature on the wall. Did they die way before? Judging by the way they're set up, I'm thinking they were wiped out by this creature. Looks to be maggots inside the wall here on the necromorph flesh. I don't know if that was a mistake or not, or these really are small necromorph-like creatures. They seem to be still using radios on the ship. It's really interesting. As you're in the elevator, you can actually see a quick glimpse of the generator, foreshadowing a future fight with him. It's crazy how many doors on the ship malfunction, causing people to get cut in half and pieces. Guy lost his legs. Found this weird arm circle in the engineering sector, probably made by a crazed ship member. Looks like this person was dragged away while they were working at their desk into the air vent. They were brutally attacked. You can actually see the boss of the next section growing on top of the communication disc if you look up at the ceiling. There is no way out. Death is my way out. I always wondered how the US Valor taken down so easily by one necromorph. This guy's just trapped on the ceiling. We probably could have helped him, honestly. We could have had another guy helping us out, maybe. Looks like all the weapons were locked away in the armory, so none of the soldiers had weapons to defend themselves. That's why this ship got taken over so easily. But there's 3 branches of this ship: navigation, weapons, and engineering. Looks like most of the guards are taken while they're either sleeping or on break of some kind. Some movie posters in the crew deck section of the ship. Shaolin vs Space Ninja, Bang Bang Kitty Kitty, Hot Duo, Bronson Fuel Cakes. I think that's just an advertisement for food. Deal. A album of some kind. Rancid Moon, like a zombie movie. More beloved writings from our unitologist friends here. Keep Altman be praised. Weird looking picture. On the top left of it says keep us whole. On the right says make us whole. Markers written underneath the symbol. On the bottom here says the sacred relic, the message from our creator. It's like someone was crushed by this bed here. judging by the sliding blood. On the floor here it says, "The pilgrimage is at hand. Unity is at hand." Looks like this lady wiped everyone out with a headshot and herself in order to make sure they aren't turned. And I don't fully remember if necromorphs need your head to turn you. I know they do inject through the head. These are all previous captains of the ship, with Captain Matthias up here at the top. Or are these crew high-ranking members on the ship? A lot of this text on the ground is the same text over and over that we've seen throughout the game, just widened and spread around. I saw this interesting one that says, "To join is to survive." I thought it was really cool how the asteroid, or I guess the giant rock floating in the sky, turns orange, yellow to signify it's falling into atmosphere. This scrolling text right here that we see in front of Isaac is actually the same text about the reactors we saw at the beginning of the game. That is Dead Space. Everything I could find or could translate shown to you. If you have a suggestion for another game or maybe lore content I could do, the next exploring environments game I'm going to do probably Resident Evil Revelations, I think it's called. So stay tuned for that. But I will see you when I see you. Goodbye.